¿Qué pasa, amigos? This is Anacron, chilling right here. HotMyHitz in Spain, from Los Angeles. When I write a song, I'm probably most inspired by my own experiences, things that happen in my life day to day. But if somebody tells me a story about something that they've gone through, and sometimes I just see things on the news, you know, or on television, I can get an idea from a movie or from a TV show, anywhere. So pretty much I just like to write songs about the things that either I experience or that I know or learn about that affect me in some way or make me want to think about it more or give it life through music. I don't know if I could really say a favorite song because there's so much music that I love and so many things that I listen to that every song is my favorite song out of my playlist. But I do have favorite artists and favorite songwriters. Roy Ayers, Miles Davis, Serge Gainsbourg is one of my favorites. I've got a handful, but probably those guys are probably the best. I have several favorite rappers, like my top 3 of all time. The first would be AC Alone from the group Freestyle Fellowship out of Los Angeles. His skill with wordplay and crafting rhymes along with patterns is really amazing. I really love that about that dude, and I think that a lot of the writing that I did as I was growing as an MC was definitely inspired by AC Alone at The Good Life and at Project Blow as I was coming into age myself as an MC. My second favorite would have to be Corrupt of the Dog Pound. He could say something that makes absolutely zero sense if he wanted to, but just the delivery itself makes you say, oh, that was so dope, you know, because it's just like, he just comes with it so hard sometimes. And then my third favorite would have to be Mac Dre, rest in peace, from the Bay Area. Wordplay, I really like wordplay. I like complex rhymes. I like it when people do multi-syllabic rhymes, and Mac Dre is all over that. He's one of the dopest rappers when it comes to that. And the dude is funny, you know, I really like MCs that can incorporate a lot of comedy into what they do. Music should be a fun thing as well as, delivering a message. Whenever I hear my music somewhere, it's kind of interesting. There's been times when probably for the first 20 seconds of the song, I'm sitting and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, this song sounds familiar, who is this? And I can't even figure out that it's me. But then when I finally figure out that it's me, I'm like, oh wow, oh, okay. It's a good feeling, it's definitely a good feeling. But for the most part, I think I spend most of the time trying to figure out who it is and why the song sounds familiar. The music video of mine that was the funniest to shoot, I'd have to split that between a couple of videos. My remix of Jay-Z's DOA, while we were shooting the video, where there's a group of older people doing Tai Chi in the background. That's the slow, martial art or whatever. And it's a very peaceful, quiet thing. So we didn't want to disrupt them. And so the music is super, super low, and I'm doing the song, and I was whispering the song while I was doing it. This is anti-everything. I'm trying to be angry, but I'm whispering, like anti-everything. I'm in the good, The Get Stoked video was just a super fun video to do because it was all about dancing and having a good time. A lot of my real close friends from Peanut Gallery, which is my crew, a lot of those guys came out and we're just kind of clowning around and having a good time. Same thing, you could see it in the video. The feel of the video is just a fun thing, and that's all it was. We just played the track and told everybody dance and have a good time, and that's what it turned into, so that was very fun. I'd have to say that my favorite music video is probably This Is Me, just because the video as a whole, the imagery, everyone that participated, just the feel and the vibe of the video really, I think, does kind of exude who I am and what I'm all about, which is just good music, having a good time with music, dancing, rapping, graffiti, DJing, all the elements of hip-hop rolled into one. all in the same video. It's colorful, it's bright, and I think it really represents me. Although I've experienced lots of very cool things and I've had lots of good times, I'd have to say that the most amazing to me every time is when I meet a new fan or a new listener. I really like to connect with my listeners and the people that love what I do, because I really appreciate them for that. It gives it a whole different meaning. I'm a musician. I will always be a musician. I'll always write and make music, and I like to know who's listening to it and why they listen to it and how it affects them. And a lot of time that gives me an insight as to how I can do what I do better to connect with the people that like what I do. The next 2 projects that I'll be releasing will be a double EP of remixes of a song that was on the Lab X album called For the Moment. I extracted the saxophone solo that I played on For the Moment and I gave it to a bunch of producers, and those producers all took that solo and created tracks or songs or instrumentals with that solo in their own way. On those tracks, I'm going to feature several different artists, all famous artists as always, and they're going to express their own interpretations of what it means to be in the moment or to live for the moment. And then in January, just to follow tradition, I'm going to release the Facelift Part 3. And as you know, if you've heard any other of the Facelift compilations, it's basically a remix album where I'll just take songs that I like, songs that I don't like, and I try to add a little something to them and give them that unfamous flavor, Other artists that I've been compared to on an underground level, Del, the Funky Homo Sapien. I've seen that a couple times, but I don't know. I don't take an insult to that at all, because I think Del is one of the freshest rappers around. I've been compared to various other artists affiliated with like Project Blowed and Good Life, and I think that's only natural, being that that's the circle of MCs that I grew up rapping around the most. So I was probably inspired the most by that style. And as far as like mainstream artists, Pharrell Williams of the Neptunes more than a few times, Kanye West more than a few times, and I've been compared to will.i.am a couple of times. And I think the basis for those comparisons is probably just the fact that I'm a multifaceted artist. I rap and I sing and I play instruments and I produce. So I think that's probably where that comes from. But I'm better looking than all those guys, so it really is no comparison.